All right, welcome. First media day for us. Right now what we have is our 2024 cheer. This is their preseason, as we like to call it, to their competition season. So with that said, Nicole, can you talk to us a little bit about what you've been doing to prepare these young ladies for the fall and the competitive season?
We've had practices over the summer. We have had camp, and we have been getting ready for football season, working on sidelines and half times, things that we will put in our routine for the season, and lots of conditioning this year compared to last.
So were you focused more on the conditioning? Was it the strength or the cardio, or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both.
All right. So with that said, you know, fall is the best time of the year, right? You know, you get all that excitement. So what are you guys most excited? Nicole, what are you most excited about this season?
I'm just excited about the growth of the team already. I'm excited about how the team has put themselves first, and the girls have really pushed themselves. We've got a great group of freshmen coming up, so I'm very excited about how that's working out at the moment.
Awesome. Why don't you introduce are these your seniors?
These are all four of my seniors.
All four seniors, okay. Go ahead and start from the far right.
Brian Olson, Noelle Smith, Megan McNeff, Lily Darlinger.
Okay, and I apologize for not having all four name tags up there, but that's my fault, so I do apologize for that. So with that said, ladies, we'll start with Ryan. What are you most excited about this year?
Well, after all of our hard practices, just seeing how much our team has grown, I'm super excited to see what we can put out on the floor. Definitely performing under pressure. I'm just excited because I've been doing cheer for 12 plus years, probably my last year, so we're all going full out for it. So.
Awesome. Well, what are you most excited about?
I'm excited to see how the team starts to mesh together, because from the day we all came to tryouts in clinic, everyone had like their own groups of friends, and now just already in August we are one big sisterhood, and it's great.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Going along with that, I'm just excited to see the freshmen kind of grow up to be like us. There's a lot of them, so we have a lot to like practice on, but I'm excited to see them all become our best friends and go out in there, perform with them, and then let our friendship show on the floor at the end of the day.
I'm very excited for the freshmen to get all these like memories that we all have built throughout the years, and I'm very excited for the routine this year, especially for competitive season, because I think it's one of the best that we've had so far.
Awesome. So how many freshmen do we have this year?
9.
9. So we don't even have enough, big sister, little sister, isn't that what you guys do? Talk to us a little bit about that tradition you started.
Yes, we have big sister, little sister. Usually it's just the seniors and juniors that do big sister, little sister with the sophomores. And the freshmen, they kind of guide them through the season, help them first day of school stuff, get them through their first comp, all that stuff. But I actually had to make some of the sophomores the big sisters to some of the freshmen because we didn't have enough. So, but it worked out.
It works out, right?
Yes, that's so nice.
So with that many freshmen, that comes a big responsibility, right? Because we need to make sure that they, one, feel appreciated. 2, you got to roll them and mold them into shape them into what you guys want. So with that comes leadership. So why don't we talk, Ryan, what do you think is one of your best leadership qualities?
Definitely hyping the team up before we do something big, before Noelle's in my 5 stunt, but before 5 stunt, giving a pat on the back. Come on guys, we could do this, let's go. Coach White said we've been doing a lot of conditioning, so during conditioning, make sure to keep the team up. Come on guys, we could do this, push. Just being super encouraging towards everyone helps.
Excellent.
I'd say one of the best qualities, not only for me but for the whole team, would be going back to the sisterhood. Without that, I feel like a lot of the freshmen especially would feel left out or nervous to even just come to practice. And going off that, just like how Ryan said, it was encouraging others, like she said, a pat on the back, telling one another come on, you got this, or to take a deep breath when we go into a hard skill. All those little things matter to get through a routine.
I would say pushing yourself. Like if the underclassmen see one of the seniors or upperclassmen pushing themselves, they're more likely to kind of follow and do the same thing. So I always try and push myself the most during conditioning and do the extra step, and they kind of follow along with that too.
I would mostly say constructive criticism to the freshmen so that they learn how to take corrections. Really helps build a team and that they know what they're doing. So.
And how do you feel they're coming along?
I think they're coming along great.
Yeah,
They're learning really, really fast.
Yeah.
And I feel like they are putting in that extra step that even other people in the past have not, and they really want to take up and step up to be that big varsity athlete.
They listen really well too. So if you tell them something, they're gonna do it.
And they have great mentors, it sounds like.
Very good. Nicole, talk to us a little bit about, what do we have different this year than previous years? Do we have more tumblers? Do we have more stunts? Where are we at?
We do have a lot more tumbling than we've had in the past. It is a huge thing in competitive cheer. I try not to base our entire routine off it, but unfortunately with the way our division is, it's a big part of our routine and it's a big part of our score sheet. So I try to not worry about it so much, but unfortunately I have to start doing that to be competitive with the other big teams that are out there. So I'm just hoping that the stuff that I put together in a routine works out in our benefit this year. So.
How many do you put on the floor? And does that benefit us? Talk to us a little bit about the floor.
You're only allowed 20 on the competitive floor, and I put 20 on the competitive floor. Whether they all can tumble or not, I have always put 20 on the floor, and I will always put 20 on the floor because that's what you should be doing if you're a large varsity team. So, but that's just how I feel about it. I know there's schools out there that can't, but for us at Lincoln Way, I feel like we need to put 20, and that's the best foot forward.
Awesome. Numbers this year. Where are we? How do you feel with our overall numbers and the future of the program?
Much better. It's been rough the past couple years. Not a lot of freshmen have been trying out. It is a very big task in our program. It is hard. It's not easy. So there is a lot of kids out there that don't want to put forth all that effort, which I understand. That's totally on them. But we have a good JV team this year. We are very excited about. We actually have 14 of them, which is amazing. They all work really hard, so we can't wait to see them compete. So overall, our numbers between both teams, we have like 37 in the program, which is a lot compared to the last 2 seasons. So I will take it, and hopefully our numbers will be even bigger next year.
2 years ago, state runner-up. How many? All of you on the team?
3.
3.
Lily, Megan, and Ryan.
So, what's your aspiration? I mean, you were part of that group. You've seen what it took. I can, for one, tell you where you started and where you ended was unbelievable. So, I know that's pretty much our philosophy. It's not where you start, it's where you end, and each week you get better. So, can you tell us a little bit about that experience and how you're going to be able to get us back up on that big stage?
Hard work. Keep pushing when it gets hard, showing up to practice, going full out for those 2 hours, full out with the team. It's just like an experience like no other. When we got second place, many people thought that we couldn't do it or we weren't good enough. Again, tumbling was a big thing, so when we got second place, we really proved to a lot of people that we could do it and that we did work for it, and it all worked out.
I think that we all wanted it just so bad. Like we knew like that day at that time, like we had to do everything in our power that we could to do our best and like perform our best, and we really did all come together at that time and made it happen.
I agree. Like it really mattered at state. Like that's when we put our best foot forward, and that's really all you can do is hit 0, and then it's in the judges' hands. And I really think that getting second place was definitely one of the best experiences I've had on this team. And I'm really hoping that we can get to the podium again this season.
Nicole, how do you feel about what we can bring to these girls?
It's a very long season. Keeping them healthy is always my main priority. And there's always bumps in the road, but I truly think in my heart that if they can put forth the effort and all the time that they do, and hit 0, there is no reason that this team couldn't win a state title. But again, at the end of the day, it's up to the judges. It's not up to us. If we hit 0, it's out of our hands at that point.
So this year, in the years past, you've been really known for having difficult routines. You know, why don't you talk to us a little bit about this year's routine a little bit, or you know, on the difficulty level, where are you gonna?
It is very difficult. It's probably even more difficult than last year. I don't want to give out too much, but the way we are doing our routine and the order of it is not normal of what I've done in the past, so I'm trying to switch it up. Our routines are known for being very, very different, choreography-wise, formation-wise, transition-wise. Everybody knows that our routines are one of the top routines, and judges say it all the time, that they love watching us. So I'm hoping that this also leads into that also. This is probably by far, between me and the choreographer, some of the best routine that I've put together with him so far.
Awesome. So my first year, I got to witness it, and you know, we talked a little bit about learning. There was definitely a learning curve. You know, you talked about hit 0. All I knew at that point in time is we had to hit it. I don't know. So why don't you talk a little bit about hitting 0 and when you got to hit it?
All right, so hitting 0 basically means that you have no deductions, no falls, no touchdowns in your routine, and that's basically what every team strives for. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, basically you want to try and hit 0. You want everyone to look the same. We all want to look like 1, and hit 0, hit hard.
Hit a clean 0.
Yeah.
I would say the biggest thing besides hitting 0 and being clean, everyone needs to look like they're in an army, but is the passion on the floor. The judges want to feel that. They want to feel that all that work that they've put in on the floor is what is worth putting on the podium. So I feel like if you can feel that as a judge and you get chills as a judge, we've done our job. And I've done my job as a coach at that point.
Hitting 0 is one of the best feelings ever, because at the end of the day, after you hit your last pose and you scream West or Warriors, you know, like in the bottom of your heart, like you did everything that you could do, and your best friends did the same thing, and at that point, it's all in the judges' hands, and you did your job. That's what matters.
Hitting 0, for me, 9 months of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, all for those 3 minutes, and then when you go with your best friends on the floor, you put it all out there, you work your hardest. Again, Coach White was saying passion, judges love to see that, the chills that you get. It's just, it's an incredible experience, for sure.
It is. It definitely is. One of my favorite photos is after you guys finished. It was unbelievable. We often do talk about those chills, and you did bring it out, and you could just see it, all that in that 3 minutes, all of that passion that it took. So talk to me a little bit about how you feel right after it. That 3 minutes, is it a 3-minute routine? You have to give it everything you got. Are you exhausted mentally? Where are you going with it?
I mean, after those 3 minutes and you know that you hit 0, I mean, at conference, I thought we hit 0 after I didn't even think about being gassed, being tired. I was so excited. I was just crying, happy tears. It was super exciting. You can't really like explain a feeling like that. It's just so like, I don't want to say like overwhelming, but like it just takes over your whole body. So.
Compared to when you're at practice, after you would go full out and say you hit 0, you want to sit there and you're exhausted. You are mentally tired, your body aches, like all the above. But once you hit 0 on that comp floor, all the adrenaline in your body goes through the roof, and all you want to do is just jump up and down and be excited, because that's the part that matters. And when that adrenaline does go through the roof, it's like all you can do is scream, be happy, smile, jump and hug your best friends. It's truly the best feeling in the world.
With what she said, you kind of feel like unreal after. Your body kind of goes like numb. You're like in shock sometimes. You're so happy sometimes. Like you kind of just never know, and it is a really great feeling to have after you're done.
For me, it's mostly just like an adrenaline rush, and like you walk off the floor feeling so confident in yourself and your team, and like you just want to hug your best friends and basically scream in the hallways.
Nicole, how does it feel as a coach when you see all your hard work and all these girls put all that time in and they hit 0?
I would say for me, I've done my job. After that, once they hit the floor, there's not anything I could do. I've done everything up to there, now it's their job to figure it out. And I can scream my head off, I can jump up and down, I can do all these things in front of them, but at the bottom line, I'm not the one out there doing it, it's them. So if they hit 0, they've accomplished exactly what they needed. I just gave them the steps to get there, and like I said, that's all I care about. Get a 0 in deductions, and we can't do anything about it after that.
Tell us about that moment that we were called up runner-ups, and I think Dr. Robbins had to pick you up off the ground.
Yes, he actually, well, you were also in shock at the same time. Let me just add that in there because you didn't know what to do. And then they called our name, and I kind of just like dropped to the ground, and Dr. Robbins went like, I think give me a hug, and he's like, get up, you need to get up, we have to go to the podium. And I'm like, what just happened? He's like, you just took second. So it was kind of all of a blur after that. I knew they were all crying, I was crying. It was just, it's a blur, but it's an unbelievable feeling. You know, you don't know what's going to happen after that kind of stuff. You know you hit 0, but you don't know what the judges are thinking. It's all